The wheelchair jerked left, hard. Darius caught it with both hands before it hit the marble column. The girl inside, pale skin, vacant eyes, 19 maybe, didn't flinch, didn't blink. Around them, the hospital lobby went silent. A nurse froze mid-step. Security turned. The woman in the tailored black suit, phone still pressed to her ear, stared at him like he'd just broken something irreplaceable. He hadn't asked permission. He hadn't introduced himself. He'd just moved. And now 6 pairs of eyes locked onto his delivery uniform, his calloused hands still gripping the chrome handles, and the space between him and the girl that shouldn't exist. Before we continue, quick question. What time is it where you're watching this? Morning coffee? Late night scroll? Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And if you're finding this story worth your time, hit like and subscribe. It helps more than you think. Darius had been wheeling boxes through Whitaker Private Hospital's service entrance for 3 months. Never the front. Never marble floors or chandeliers or families who arrived in cars worth more than his apartment building. Today, the freight elevator was down. Maintenance redirected him through the main lobby. He pushed the dolly past leather couches and oil paintings, kept his head down, moved fast. That's when the wheelchair rolled. No one was holding it. The girl sat motionless, strapped in, her head tilted slightly to the right. Her mother, the woman in the suit, stood 15 feet away, back turned, phone locked to her ear. The wheelchair drifted toward the column like a shopping cart on a slope. Darius dropped the dolly. His sneakers squeaked on polished stone. He reached the wheelchair just as the footrest kissed the marble base. The girl's fingers twitched. Nothing else moved. The woman spun around. Her expression flattened. "Who are you?" Darius stepped back, hands up. "Delivery. Just, did I ask you to touch her?" The nurse appeared at the woman's shoulder. Name tag, Carla Reyes, RN. She glanced at Darius, then at the wheelchair, then at the woman. "Mrs. Whitaker, the break. I don't care about the break. I care about who gave him permission." Darius looked at the girl, still motionless, still silent. Her eyes tracked nothing. A man in a white coat approached. Older, silver hair, calm authority. Dr. Marcus Hale. He didn't look at Darius. He looked at the wheelchair, then at Evelyn Whitaker. "Evelyn." The chair was moving. "That's not the point." "It is exactly the point." The tension pulled tighter. Security Chief Jamal Tate stepped into the circle, radio clipped to his belt, hand resting near it. He nodded at Darius. "You good?" Darius nodded back. "Yeah." Evelyn turned to Tate. "I want him removed." Tate didn't move. "He stopped your daughter from hitting a column. He touched her without clearance." "Doctor." Hale exhaled slowly. "Evelyn." "Not here." She looked at him, then at the girl, then at Darius. Her jaw tightened. She stepped closer to the wheelchair, adjusted the brake herself, and turned back to her phone call without another word. The circle dissolved. Nurse Reyes touched Darius's elbow. "You should go." Darius picked up his dolly. His hands were shaking. He didn't look back at the girl. He didn't look at Evelyn Whitaker. He just moved. The service hallway felt smaller than usual. He dropped the packages at the loading dock, signed the sheet, and walked to his van. His phone buzzed. Text from his supervisor. "Whitaker account flagged your name. What happened?" Darius stared at the screen. He typed, "Nothing." Delivered on time. He deleted it. Typed again. Stopped a wheelchair. Won't happen again. Sent. 3 hours later, his supervisor called. "They want you banned from the building." Darius sat in his van outside his son's daycare. For what? Unauthorized contact with a patient. She was about to hit a... I know. Doesn't matter. They're pulling strings. Darius closed his eyes. How much pull? Enough that I can't fight it. I'm sorry. The call ended. Darius sat in silence. Through the daycare window, he could see his son, 6 years old, laughing at something another kid said. He thought about the girl in the wheelchair, about her mother's face, about the way no one had moved except him. He started the engine. Darius didn't go back to Whitaker Hospital. For 2 weeks, he ran routes in other parts of the city. Avoided the medical district entirely, didn't mention it to his son. Then his phone rang. Unknown number. Mr. Cole? A woman's voice. Professional. Clipped. Yeah? This is Victoria Lang. I'm on the board at Whitaker Medical Group. Darius pulled over. Okay, we'd like to meet with you. Tomorrow. 11 a.m. Whitaker Private Hospital. Executive Wing. I'm banned. Not anymore. She hung up. Darius sat in the van, staring at the phone. His supervisor texted him 10 minutes later. They lifted the ban. No idea why. Be careful. The next morning, Darius wore his cleanest shirt. Security let him through without a word. Victoria Lang met him in a glass-walled conference room overlooking the city. She was tall, gray hair pulled back, sharp eyes. Sit. He sat. Do you know who Isla Whitaker is? The girl in the wheelchair. Evelyn Whitaker's daughter. 19 years old. Brain injury at age 12. Nonverbal. Requires full-time care. Darius waited. Evelyn is protective, understandably, but she's also controlling. To a fault. Victoria slid a folder across the table. Darius didn't open it. Why am I here? Because Isla responded to you. Darius blinked. What? When you touched the wheelchair. Her fingers moved. Her heart rate spiked. Small changes, but changes. That doesn't mean. It's the first response she's had in 3 years. The room went quiet. Victoria leaned back. Dr. Hale believes exposure to different stimuli might help. New voices, new faces. Evelyn disagrees. She thinks any deviation from protocol is dangerous. So why call me? Because we need someone she doesn't control. Someone who isn't on her payroll. Someone who already broke the rules once. Darius shook his head. I'm not a doctor. We're not asking you to be. We're asking you to visit. Talk to her. Sit with her. Let her brain process something other than sterile routine. And if Evelyn finds out? Victoria's expression didn't change. She won't, not until it's already working. Darius stood. This is insane. Possibly. But you're here. He looked at the folder. At the city beyond the glass. At Victoria Lang's unwavering stare. What do I have to do? 3 days later, Darius entered Isla's private room. 4th floor, east wing, no cameras in the patient area. Nurse Reyes was there, monitoring an IV drip. She nodded at him. 15 minutes. Don't touch her. Don't make sudden moves. Darius sat in the chair by the window. Isla's head was turned toward the wall. Her breathing was shallow and steady. He didn't say anything for the first 5 minutes, just sat, watched, listened to the machines. Then he spoke. My son's name is Marcus. He's 6. Obsessed with trains. Won't shut up about the difference between diesel and electric engines. Isla's fingers twitched. Nurse Reyes glanced up from her tablet. Darius kept talking. He's convinced we're going to ride the MARTA from end to end one day. I keep telling him we will. Haven't done it yet. Always something else to pay for. Isla's left hand moved. Just a fraction, but it moved. Nurse Reyes stepped closer. Keep going. Darius swallowed. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if this matters, but I'm here because some people think it might, and because I saw you almost hit that column, and I couldn't just walk past. Isla's head turned, slowly, toward him. Her eyes met his. Darius froze. Nurse Reyes grabbed her radio. Dr. Hale, you need to see this. Dr. Hale arrived 6 minutes later. He stood at the foot of the bed, watching Isla's face. Her eyes were still on Darius. Not tracking, not following movement, just there. Talk to her again. Darius hesitated. About what? Anything. Same tone. Darius looked at Isla. My son's favorite color is orange. Not red, not yellow. Orange. Specifically, the orange on construction cones. I have no idea why. Isla blinked. Dr. Hale stepped forward. Again, he draws them everywhere. On napkins, on walls, On his homework. His teacher thinks it's a phase. I think it's just who he is. Isla's mouth moved. No sound came out. But her lips shaped something, a word. Nurse Reyes leaned in. What did she say? Doctor. Hale shook his head. I don't know. But she's trying. The door opened. Evelyn Whitaker stepped inside. The room went silent. She looked at Darius, at Dr. Hale, at her daughter. What is he doing here? Dr. Hale turned. Evelyn, I asked a question. Victoria Lang appeared in the doorway behind her. We invited him. Evelyn's face went white. You did what? Isla responded. For the first time in 3 years. Evelyn crossed the room in 4 steps. She stood between Darius and the bed. Get out. Dr. Hale raised a hand. Evelyn, look at her. I said, get out. Darius stood. He looked at Isla one more time. Her eyes followed him. He walked past Evelyn, past Victoria, past the nurses and doctors gathering in the hallway. He didn't stop until he reached the elevator. Behind him, he heard Evelyn's voice, sharp and furious. If any of you contact him again, you're fired. The elevator doors closed. Darius didn't hear from Whitaker Hospital for a week. No calls, no texts, nothing. He went back to his routes, delivered packages, picked up his son from daycare, ate dinner in silence while Marcus talked about trains and construction cones. At night, he thought about Isla's eyes, the way they'd followed him, the way her mouth had moved. His phone rang on a Tuesday. Nurse Reyes, don't come back. I wasn't planning to. I mean it. Evelyn's watching everything. She pulled all the visitor logs. She knows who approved you. Dr. Hale's been reassigned. Victoria's under review. Darius sat down. What about Isla? A pause. No change. She's back to baseline. The line went dead. Darius stared at the phone. Marcus tugged his sleeve. Dad? You okay? Darius nodded. Yeah, buddy, I'm good. But he wasn't. He couldn't stop thinking about the girl in the wheelchair, about her mother's rage, about the fact that for 6 minutes something had changed and now it was gone. 3 days later, an envelope arrived at his apartment. No return address. Inside, a flash drive and a handwritten note. She's getting worse. Evelyn won't listen. If you want to help, watch this. CR. Darius plugged the drive into his laptop. A video file. Security footage. Timestamp. 2 days ago. Isla's room, empty except for her and the machines. No nurses, no doctors. For 3 minutes, nothing happened. Then Isla's hand moved. Reached for the bed rail. Gripped it. Her head turned toward the door. Her mouth opened. No sound. But her lips shaped a word. Darius rewound it. Watched again. Slowed it down. The word was clear. Help. Darius closed the laptop. His hands were shaking. He thought about Evelyn. About the ban. About the people who'd already lost their jobs for letting him in. Then he thought about Isla's eyes. He grabbed his keys. Darius didn't go through the front. He parked 3 blocks away, entered through the service entrance, avoided the main hallways. Nurse Reyes met him on the 4th floor, face pale. You shouldn't be here. I saw the video. Then you know why I sent it. She led him to a supply closet. Inside, Dr. Hale and Victoria Lang. Both looked exhausted. Dr. Hale spoke first. Evelyn's hired private neurologists. They're recommending a procedure. Experimental. High risk. What kind of procedure? Deep brain stimulation. They think it might reduce her involuntary responses. Darius stared. You mean the responses she had to me? Yes. Victoria crossed her arms. Evelyn sees them as proof that Isla's in pain. That stimuli cause distress. She wants to eliminate the distress. By eliminating the response. Exactly. Darius paced the tiny room. Can you stop her? Dr. Hale shook his head. She's Isla's legal guardian, and the hospital's primary benefactor. No one's going to challenge her. What about the law? Victoria laughed bitterly. The law says a parent can make medical decisions for an incapacitated adult child. Evelyn has every right. Darius stopped pacing. What if Isla doesn't want it? She can't communicate that. She said, help. Not clearly enough. Not legally. Nurse Reyes looked at Darius. Unless someone documents it, witnesses it, makes it impossible to ignore. Dr. Hale shook his head. Evelyn will have you arrested. Probably. Definitely. Darius looked at each of them. When's the procedure? Tomorrow. 6 a.m. Then I have tonight. Victoria grabbed his arm. This will end your life as you know it. Darius pulled free. It's already ended. At 11 p.m., Darius entered Isla's room. Nurse Reyes had disabled the hallway cameras for 30 minutes. Dr. Hale stood watch at the end of the corridor. Victoria waited in the parking garage with her car running. Isla was asleep. Darius sat in the chair by her bed. He didn't touch her, didn't wake her, just spoke. My son asked me today why I help people. I told him it's because sometimes no one else will. He didn't get it. He's 6. But you get it. I think you've been waiting for someone to help for a long time. Isla's eyes opened. Darius leaned forward. They want to do something to you tomorrow. Something that might take away the part of you that's still fighting. I need you to show me you don't want that. I need you to try. Isla stared at him. Her hand moved to the bed rail, gripped it, her mouth opened. Help. Darius pulled out his phone. Started recording. Say it again. Help. Clearer this time. Unmistakable. Darius kept the camera steady. Do you want the procedure tomorrow? Isla's head moved. Side to side, slow, deliberate. No. Darius stopped recording. His hands were shaking. The door burst open. Security Chief Tate stepped inside, 2 officers behind him. He looked at Darius, then at Isla, then at the phone. I'm sorry, man. Darius stood. Did you hear her? Tate nodded. I did. Then you know I'm right. Doesn't matter. Evelyn owns this place, and you're trespassing. The officers moved forward. Darius didn't resist. He handed the phone to Nurse Reyes. Send it everywhere. Tate cuffed him, led him into the hallway. Evelyn Whitaker stood at the nurse's station, arms crossed, face carved from stone. Jail. Now. Tate nodded. Yes, ma'am. As they passed, Evelyn leaned close to Darius. You've ruined yourself for nothing. Darius looked back at Isla's room. We'll see. By morning, the video was everywhere. Local news, social media, medical ethics boards. The footage showed Isla's face, her words, her refusal. It showed Darius's calm voice and steady camera. It showed what Evelyn had been trying to hide. The procedure was postponed, pending investigation. Evelyn held a press conference, claimed the video was coerced, that Isla was confused, that Darius had manipulated a vulnerable patient for attention. The hospital board launched an internal review. Dr. Hale was suspended. Nurse Reyes was fired. Victoria Lang resigned. Darius was charged with trespassing and patient endangerment. Bail was set at $50,000. He couldn't pay it. He sat in county lockup for 3 days before a legal aid attorney showed up. You're being released. Darius looked up. How? Anonymous donor covered bail, and the charges are being dropped. Why? The attorney smiled. Because Isla Whitaker just gave her first press interview through an AAC device. She said you saved her life. Darius walked out of the courthouse into a wall of cameras. Reporters shouted questions. He ignored them, pushed through the crowd, found his van in the impound lot, drove home. His son was waiting. Marcus ran to him, wrapped his arms around his legs. You're back. Darius picked him up. I'm back. Inside, his phone buzzed. Text from Nurse Reyes. She's talking. Short sentences. Physical therapy starting next week. You did it. Darius deleted the message. He didn't need it. Another text. Unknown number. Just 2 words. Thank you. Isla. He saved that one. 3 weeks later, he was back on his delivery routes. Different hospitals, different clients. He didn't avoid Whitaker anymore. He just didn't go out of his way. One morning, he saw her, Isla, outside a coffee shop near the hospital, in her wheelchair, alone, a tablet strapped to the armrest. She saw him, typed something. The tablet spoke. "You changed everything." Darius stopped. "You did the hard part." She typed again. "My mother still doesn't understand. Maybe she will? Maybe she won't." Isla looked at him for a long moment, then typed one more line. "I'm free because you didn't ask permission." Darius nodded. He didn't know what to say. He walked past her, back to his van, back to his route. Behind him, Isla sat in the sunlight, fingers moving across the tablet, speaking to a world that had finally started listening. Darius drove away. The city moved around him, delivery trucks and commuters and construction crews painting orange lines on fresh asphalt. He thought about his son, about the trains they'd ride someday, about the people who break rules because the rules are wrong. He turned onto the highway. The hospital disappeared in his rearview mirror. He didn't look back.